In this video, I show you the direct path to increasing your freedom through removing self-imposed personality constructs. Okay, let's get into it. I was a yogi, vegan, organic eating health nut. This 1,000-year-old pastime made me feel like I was constrained in a straitjacket. When you think about doing yoga and being reflective, these positive images flash up in your mind. For me, doing yoga for decades and acting like a contemplative man cost me my health. But I navigated a path through which I'll share at the end, how I made my way through these limiting personas and mental constructs that I created, and how now I can express myself freely and I live an unburdened life. Mental constructed personalities create roles that bind your behavior, so you need to act in the way that these personalities that you take on. I unconsciously, over decades, very skillfully created this yogi, organic, vegan eating personality construct that dovetailed quite nicely into another mental personality construct of the quiet man. After breaking up with my first serious girlfriend after 1 month, I was left feeling heartbroken. I was completing a Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in psychology at the time, and I decided to see the university psychologist. She suggested to take up yoga to soothe my soul. Little did I know at the time that this was setting me up for a big fall. This one suggestion set up decades of self-deception. To add to the cliche yoga personality, I added being vegetarian, and this later morphed into being vegan. So this kind of added the cherry on top. I'm going to show you a way out so you don't have to suffer the way in which I did. Have you taken on roles that limit the way in which you behave? Are you a good boy or a people pleaser and always putting other people's needs first? And you've experienced how that's limited the way in which you express yourself. Are you the angry man because you never got what you wanted from your dad? Do you find now that you're clashing a lot with male dominant figures? The roles you have taken on limit the way in which you express yourself. The roles you have taken on limit your ability to express yourself, but it's possible to express yourself in public as you do at home. One morning I woke up and I felt like someone had driven a nail into the side of my neck, but only the week before I'd been to the chiropractor. I was about to send a work message to my colleagues to say that I couldn't come into work, and I froze and I felt anxiety throughout my whole body. The reason why I responded like this was because 2 weeks before, I'd already been to the chiropractor and had my neck looked at. And going to the chiropractor twice in 2 weeks, that didn't fit the role of a healthy yogi. In my mind, I started to think about whether I should actually tell them that I'm going to the chiropractor again. Maybe I should just sort of make something up so it doesn't appear that I'm having to go to the chiropractor again. This wasn't the first time that I've wrestled with a predicament around telling the truth and doing a behavior that was more like a freedom of expression as opposed to covering something up because it didn't suit this yoga, vegan, eating type of personality. Before I typed my answer, I just became aware of what I was feeling in my body. I became aware of how the pain in my neck was nothing compared to the shame that I was feeling around being a fraud. So full of anxiety, I ended up typing into the chat, "Hi guys, I'm going to the chiropractor again," and I pushed return. I was expecting a few sarcastic comments around, "Gee, not really that much of a healthy type of guy, are you?" And then I nervously saw those 3 little dots that indicate that someone is typing. And to my surprise, 2 people replied just saying, "I hope you feel better soon." Nobody was keeping count of how often I was going to the chiropractor. This outcome didn't really match my thinking. It kind of scrambled the wiring in my brain, and it sort of ignited a new way that I could start to look at myself and look at the world. It was confusing, but a good confusing. This fueled me with a new sense of freedom. I thought if no one's taking account of what I'm doing, I'm free to do as I please. I started thinking about all the projects and all the different things that I wanted to do in life but had never been able to do because it didn't suit the persona of this contemplative, quiet, reflective man. So what is the way through these restrictive roles that we take on that don't allow us to express our personalities fully? One, it's to become aware of the roles themselves, and then start to become aware how often throughout the day you're constantly suffering as a result of holding back how you would like to express yourself, but you're unable to because of these restrictive personalities that you have taken on. I made a decision. I wanted to live differently. I made that choice. I made that solid choice that I wanted to start acting differently now. I wanted to start to make the impossible possible. I'd always dreamt about running my own workshops or community groups, and now, like, I run a men's walk and talk group, I do writing, I run my own workshops, and I am loving it. And this has all happened in the last 18 months. This transformation happened by saying goodbye to the yoga, organic eating, healthy nut, and the quiet man. The beauty of doing these projects that I always wanted to do, these workshops and community groups, they give me an avenue to express who I am out through into the world. With all these projects that I run, I need a lot of energy, and the cornerstone to my energy is semen retention. Watch my clip on semen retention, an introductory guide, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.